Natural disasters are a part of life that can't be changed. They can do a lot of damage and break up whole towns. One of the scariest and most amazing of these disasters is the tsunami. Hello, and welcome to our channel. In this video, we'll find out what scientists meant when they said the US could be hit by something big that is terrifying. Let's get going right away. Tsunamis can unleash unimaginable power with their huge walls of water, destroying everything in their path. But what is it about these huge waves that make them so dangerous? Is it their size and strength, which allow them to travel hundreds of miles per hour and reach heights of more than 100 feet? Or is it that they don't know when they'll strike and can leave whole communities in ruins when they do? And most importantly, why do these huge waves happen? How can we find them and stop them? Even after decades of study, we still don't know a lot about tsunamis. Scientists are warning that something terrible is going to happen, which is sad. Tsunamis are one of the most dangerous natural disasters that can happen in the ocean. They are also called seismic sea waves. A tsunami carries a huge amount of energy, which can cause flooding and damage to infrastructure, buildings, and even whole communities. In 2004, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Indonesia caused a huge tsunami that killed more than 230,000 people in 14 different countries. It was one of the deadliest natural disasters in history. In 2011, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake in Japan caused a tsunami that reached heights of up to 40 meters in some places. This was another famous tsunami. More than 15,000 people died because of the tsunami, which also caused a nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant. Scientists have been studying tsunamis for many years to learn more about how they happen and to come up with better ways to find and warn people of coming tsunamis. Even though technology and knowledge about tsunamis have improved, the risk of a destructive tsunami is still a big worry in many coastal areas around the world. Scientists have warned that the risk of a mega tsunami is now higher than it has ever been. This is because global temperatures are rising and glaciers are melting, which makes the sea level rise. This shows how important it is to keep researching and making better warning systems so that as few people and things as possible are hurt or destroyed by these dangerous natural events. But did you know that scientists recently issued a warning about a possible mega tsunami that could hit the east coast of the United States? The fact that tsunamis can happen without warning is one of the scariest things about them. Most tsunamis are caused by earthquakes, so there is usually not much time between the quakes and when the waves hit the shore. Scientists predict that a huge tsunami will hit the east coast of the United States and cause a lot of damage. The eruption of Cumbre Vieja, a big volcano in the Canary Islands, is thought to be what will cause this natural disaster. We can't say for sure when this bad thing will happen, but we know it will happen at some point in the future. According to a model developed by Simon Day of the University of London and Stephen Ward of the University of California, the mega tsunami could produce waves up to 100 meters high along the West Saharan shore, waves up to 40 meters high on Brazil's north coast, and water walls up to 50 meters high off the coasts of Florida and the Caribbean. In addition to the huge waves, the eruption of the Cumbre Vieja volcano is expected to cause a huge landslide on its western side, which will cause the volcano itself to change in a big way. Day's calculations show that a huge piece of rock, twice the size of the Isle of Man, could break off from the volcano and start a debris avalanche that would travel up to 60 kilometers away from the island. This would cause the sea level to rise up to 900 meters and spread out over tens of kilometers, creating a force that could not be stopped and would destroy everything in its path. As the huge amount of water falls and rises again, it would make a series of huge waves that would be made stronger by what is called a tsunami wave train. This tsunami would move an incredible 250 kilometers in just 10 minutes, causing unimaginable damage along the way. But Day and his team put out a message telling people not to panic right now. This gave people who live near the danger zone some comfort. Even though Cumbre Vieja erupts every few decades to a century, Scientists think that it may erupt more than once before it finally falls apart. Even so, the resulting tsunami would be a disaster that would have indirect effects all over the world. As the forces of nature are hard to predict, it's important to know what's going on and be ready for the worst. Tsunamis can do more damage than anything else, and the fact that they can happen without warning is scary. It's important to understand how tsunamis work scientifically and take steps to reduce the risks they pose. Also, a study published in the journal Science Advances says that the islands of Cape Verde in the Atlantic Ocean were hit by a huge tsunami that was about 170 meters, 560 feet, high. This happened about 73,000 years ago. Scientists from the University of Lisbon did the research. They found evidence of the mega tsunami on the island of Santiago in the form of sediment deposits and boulders. The mega tsunami was caused by the collapse of a volcano on the nearby island of Fogo, which is still erupting today. The collapse of the volcano caused a landslide, which sent a lot of rocks and other debris into the ocean. This caused the huge tsunami. A 2020 British Columbia landslide caused a 100-meter lake tsunami, according to new research. Heavy rainfall prompted the October 2020 landslide near Elliott Creek on the province's coast. The lake waves snapped trees and stripped hillsides. This study emphasizes how coastal landslides can generate devastating tsunamis. Climate change produced the tsunami-causing landslide, so scientists must watch these areas for landslides and their risks. What warning methods could prevent future tsunamis from landslides? How can coastal communities prepare? How can we mitigate climate change and landslides? These questions must be answered to protect coastal residents. Tsunamis are now more dangerous due to climate change. Climate change is a pressing issue because rising sea levels and ocean temperatures may result in more intense and frequent tsunamis. Climate change is primarily responsible for tsunamis caused by melting polar ice caps and glaciers. Ocean currents are disrupted, and the ocean floor becomes unstable as a result of these vast ice sheets melting, which releases a lot of fresh water into the water. Submarine landslides and tsunamis may result from this instability. That's it for today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share and press the bell icon for more regular updates.